guess what was in here. What do you think we would need? To feel it? Get some clues maybe? Well, I have some written clues here, and we're going to guess what's in the back. So my first clue, my students sharpen many of these each day. Think about it for a second. What do you sharpen on a daily basis? Pencils? Any other ideas? Why pencils?
We write a lot.
Right? You write a lot. Okay, let's see if it's in the back. Oh, it's a pencil. You guys were right. Now I have another clue. My students use these to make their worksheets beautiful. This one's a little more difficult.
Markers.
Markers, you could use markers. What other things could you use? Stickers. Crayons. Why do you think of those things?
Different colors.
Have you used them before on your worksheets? Okay. I put crayons in here because those are my favorite. All right, last clue. My dog plays with this each day. A bone.
My homework.
Your homework.
Ball.
A ball. So some sort of toy for your homework. All right. And I have a chew toy in here. So do you know what you guys just did? Have you ever heard of the word inference before? We're making inferences. So in inference, when we're reading, the author doesn't tell us everything. They leave some things out, and we have to use the text clues that they do give us and our background knowledge that we know to make an inference. And when we make those inferences, we can use like this could mean, and then you want to explain. You got to explain your answer of how you came up with that inference. So we're going to read this book. I'm not going to show you the title because you guys are super smart and make it too easy. So we're going to read this book, and we're going to make inferences together about what's going on. So it was the first day of school, and Casey laid out her back-to-school supplies. Pencils check, crayons check, ruler check, paper check. Marley was all set for the big day, too. By the front door, he laid out his supplies. Chewing, sweet toy, whoop, liver toys, and rope. Mommy looked at Marley, thumping his tail by the front door. I don't think so, big guy, he said. Definitely don't think so, said Daddy. You silly dog, Casey said, patting his big fluffy head. School's for kids, not for dogs. Marley cocked his head to the side and let out a low whine. Casey was his best friend, and they went everywhere together. So she leaves for school. Marley did not stay in the backyard for long. He started to dig, and he dug and dug and dug, and he dug, and the dirt flew up behind him until he formed a giant pile, a regular Mount McMarley. So can we make an inference about what's going on here? What's he doing? Why is he trying to get out? He misses Casey. Do you know where he's going, maybe? To school? What tells you that? Can you remember any text clues that told you he might be going to school?
He was sad when they told him no.
He was sad when they told him no, that's right. And what do we know about dogs?
He was very
They do, they're very loyal, and they like to dig and get into trouble. So he goes to school, and Marley makes a mess. Band class, science class, PE. Yeah, they're looking for him. He's in trouble. Not so fast, buddy boy. The voice came from behind him. Gulp. It was Principal Peabody. She seized Marley by the collar and read his tag. Aha, Casey's dog, I should have figured. She tied Marley to the radiator with a rope. Face the corner, she said, I'm calling your parents. When Principal Peabody returned 2 minutes later, all she found was half a rope wet with dog drool. Rat, she said. So can we make an inference about what's going on here? What? Marley's gone. You ran away again? You think the mouse did? Oh yeah, that's a visual clue. This picture has some pictures so we can have visual clues. It was wet with dog drool. He chewed it. Right, and we know dogs like to chew. So we can infer that Marley chewed the rope and got away. They chased him right into Casey's arms. Marley, she shrieked with delight, you did come to school. Is that your dog? Vice Principal Tanner asked. Casey said, he looks somewhat familiar. There you are, Mommy and Daddy yelled. Bad dog, Marley. Now, said Principal Peabody, all is well that ends well, and Marley was so happy he jumped into the air and gave Principal a big, fast, sloppy kiss right on the lips. So at the end of this book, the author doesn't really say outright what happened. It just kind of ends. So, with these worksheets, and I'm going to give you the book, you can find text clues and background knowledge, and then I want you to make an inference and explain why you made that inference. Okay? I'll let you use crayons. If you have any questions, let me know. Remember we talked earlier about how dogs, they're very loyal. They chew things, they get into trouble.
Eight.
More seconds. Finished? Okay. Do any of you guys want to share what you wrote?
I can infer Marley got to keep coming to school and graduate because the principal liked him and he had a graduation hat on.
That's good. So what text clues did you use?
It says teacher's pet, and the principal was like, all is well that ends well, and so she liked him.
Good. And what background knowledge did you have on that?
Everyone was
Okay, that's good. Anyone else?
I said that I can infer that Marley kept going to school Casey because he has on a graduation not from his son.
And that's a visual textual clue. That's very good. We want to use all the clues we can.
So, for the text clue though, I said that it said teachers.
Good, good. Anyone else want to share?
I said that he was able to stay in school, and because he has a graduation cap and a diploma.
That's good. He graduated, huh? So, when we read our own books, sometimes we read chapter books. We don't have these